Olga Brzezińska, Deputy Director of Adam Mickiewicz Institute.
And tell me a few words about the Institute. What is it about?
So Adam Mickiewicz Institute is a state culture institution that is responsible for bringing Polish culture to people all over the world. What we do is enter creative partnerships with institutions and collectives and artists all over the world and organize events that bring and spark curiosity about Polish culture and people who may want to get to know something new, something innovative. So this is our mission. Apart from that, we also have a huge portal, culture.pl, to which I invite you because this is the most comprehensive source of knowledge online about Polish culture.
And Poland has now the presidency of the European Union, and yesterday we heard about all the obstacles connected to young people, young artists entering the sector. What would you say are the main obstacles and what are the solutions for young people entering the cultural field today?
Let me start with a word of reflection because I think that bringing a focus on young artists entering the global art market is an important topic, and I couldn't be happier that it started during the Polish presidency of the Council of the EU, bringing focus and shedding some light on the situation of young artists, which is dire. Because they face instability, they face highly competitive market, and also we can notice some divide and a sort of gap between the competencies that they develop during their artistic education and the competencies that are required at the art market. So this competency gap is one of the things that we were focusing on, how to bridge that gap, how to ensure that they develop competencies that will help them maneuver in this highly complex and highly competitive market. So this is one thing. Another thing is that when you have your work constantly viewed and criticized and assessed and evaluated and discussed, and also if you are working in this complex and competitive market, then it may result in some sort of burnout and frustration. So building mental resilience is also a factor that we need to take care about. And here I think that it requires a systemic response. It requires a systemic focus on how to actually create a space for young artists to feel safe. So economic instability, the competency gap would be probably the most pressing issues to take care of now. But at the same time, the international art market creates some opportunities because access to global audiences has never been easier, and that creates some opportunities. So you can also manage your online presence to reach out to the institutions and to audiences that you may want to talk to, that you may want to present your art to. So this is absolutely crucial to help young people build these digital competencies to use the modern technology to their own benefit, not to their demise. I am very happy that this conversation started, that we were talking about the situation, diagnosing it, and having actually a moment of reflection on some insights. But we were talking about recommendations and sharing experiences that may be helpful for young artists. But I think that this conference's voice was also heard by stakeholders, by politicians, decision makers, and I believe that when the invisible is made visible, then we may count on the change that is happening.
And you are also the host of the Creative Europe Desk of Poland. And how would you say that the desk contributes to the work of the Institute?
We're very proud at the Adam Mickiewicz Institute that we are home to Creative Europe Desk, and obviously Creative Europe Desk here in Poland enhances our mission, bringing funding and also support to creatives from our countries and helping them build partnerships with other institutions, with artists all over Europe. So I do believe that with Creative Europe Desk at the Adam Mickiewicz Institute, we create some sort of synergy that contributes to the thriving culture sector in Europe.